In Python, you can use the in operator to find or to determine whether an item is contained in the list. Here is the general format. Here, item is the item for which you're searching, and list is the list. The expression returns true if item is found in the list, or false otherwise. So let's take a look at an example here. My list, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these items. 2 in my list. Because 2 does exist in my list, so it will return true. 10 in my list. Because 10 does not exist in my list, so it returns false. And similarly, you can use the not in operator to determine whether an item is not in a list. So if you check whether 10 not in my list, it will return true. And this has numerous methods that allow you to add elements, remove elements, change the ordering of the elements, and so forth. We will look at a few of these methods. First, append. And this one will add an item to the end of the list. Add this item to the end of the list. Index, which takes one parameter item. It returns the index of the first element whose value is equal to this item. A value error exception will be raised if the item is not found in the list. Some examples here. My list, append 10. So my list is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 appended at the end of the list. My list dot index. Index 2. So basically, it's trying to find an item's index. Since we can find this item in the list, we just need to return as index. So the index of this item is 1. So 0, 1. That's why you see 1 here. And index 8 is trying to find an item 8 in the list and return its index. However, this 8 does not exist in my list. That's why there's a value error. This exception is raised by calling index 8. And insert method, it inserts item into the list at the specified index. So it inserts this item at this index here. When an element is inserted into a list, the list is expanded in size to accommodate the new item. The item that was previously at the specified index and all the items after it are shifted by one position toward the end of the list. There's no exception that will occur if you specify an invalid index. If you specify an index beyond the end of the list, the item will be added to the end of the list. If you use a negative index that specifies an invalid position, the item will be inserted at the beginning of the list. Next method, next method, sort. Sort will sort the items in the list so they appear in the ascending order from the lowest value to the highest value. The next method, remove, which takes one parameter item, and this one will remove the first occurrence of this item from the list. A value error exception is raised if item is not found in the list. And reverse, which will reverse the order of the element in the list. Again, some examples here. My list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Insert at position or index 3 this item 99. So index 3 is 0, 1, 2, 3. So at this position, I need to insert 99. So that's why the result is 1, 2, 3, 99, 4, 5. So 4, 5 is shifted to the right, to the end. My list of sort. This will sort my list in the ascending order. That's why 99 is put to the end of the list. Remove 3. So it first need to find 3 here, which is here, and it gets removed from the list. 1, 2, 4 with 3 removed, 599. My list reverse will reverse the order of the items in the list. And this table summarizes what we just talked about, all the methods. Notice that these are the methods of the list, so that you need to use the dot notation if you have a list, and you need to use the dot notation and name of the method in order to call these methods. And here are some functions that we can use for on the list. The first one is the del statement. It's not a method, it's a statement. So we have seen the remove method earlier, which removes a specific item from a list. If that item is in the list, that item gets removed. However, in some situations, we don't know what item I want to remove, but I know that I want to remove the item at a specific index. Regardless of what that item is, I just want to remove it as long as it's stored at that index. And this can be accomplished by this del statement. And the general format is del list, and this is the list. This is the index. So at this position, the item at this position will be deleted from the list. And another two functions, min, max. These two built-in functions work with sequences. They do not only work with lists, they work with any sequences. The min function accepts a sequence as an argument and returns the item that has the lowest value in the sequence. And the max function accepts a sequence as an argument and returns the item that has the highest value in the sequence. And here are some examples. My list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Del my list index number 3. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. So that means I want to delete this item. So that's why you see 1, 2, 3, 5 here. Min, my list, will return me the smallest item, which is 1. Max, my list, will return me the largest value, which is 5 in my list.